And there we go. Bam, 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 bam. Woo! This has been a morning already. Talking about bandwidth issues. Are you feeling it? I'm so I got to show you something really quick. But first off, good morning, everyone. It took us a little time, but here we are on this Fantabulous Friday. Good morning. This is Carroll-Sue, aka Naughty Boss, live with you.
Sisters, hey, good morning, everyone. It is Janice, aka Wellness Diva. And of course, it's somebody's birthday. So a very happy birthday to my sister Carroll-Sue. Love you. Now, what the bandwidths is going on? I don't know, and I'm just gonna say, I don't know what's going on, but there's something certainly going on with the internet, with telephones.
Oh yeah. You gotta turn this down. I finally got on here because it's it just total crazy wackiness. And I've actually started to screenshot because remember what I was just talking about. So I'm going to tell you what I'm seeing. My phone now, and this has only been happening for the last, maybe a little bit more than 24 hours. So if you're on, say, an app or you're on Facebook or Zoom or whatever it may be, my phone automatically goes to, and I'm going to try to see if I can put it up here so you can see it. It will automatically take me to another website. Yeah, but it takes you to another website and it gives me an alert. And the alerts are all different. It says 25T20day.com wants to send you notifications, block or allow. I've gotten, I'm not kidding, 50 of these in the last 24 to 48 hours, and they're all different. One could say 32 20-day, abc.com/2642 wants to send you notifications. And the problem is I keep hitting block, and as soon as you hit block, it sends another notification with a different scrambled whatever it is. Now, in addition to that, I could be FaceTiming somebody and all of a sudden, it cuts, when I say cuts out, it's not like, okay, bad signal kind of thing. It's just literally, weird stuff goes on. I've also had, I want to say that they're warning alerts that you're in danger of not running out of space, but corruption and blah, blah, blah. And it automatically now will take you to an app that looks kind of like a Google app or a Google, they call it a cleanup, like cleaning up your computer. Am I I'm moving in slow motion here. Can you hear me all right? Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, you froze for just a second, but we're back. Yeah.
So anyway, so this is the weird stuff that's going on. However, it'll bring me to it wants me to download an app to clean up the drive of the cell phone. And again, I hit, now I don't know what this app is. So I hit cancel, allow or cancel. Half the time I actually have to turn the phone off to get off of it. So there's some. And then we got obviously the alert about the emergency broadcasting system. Something's going down, people. Just saying. And if it happens on my birthday, I guess that'll be a memorable birthday.
Well, I would say so. Now, we don't know what's going on. Let's face it, I don't think anybody does. There are select few, I guess. This has nothing to do with nothing, but it looks like I have the I was at the beach, sandy hair look, so.
I like it. It's just kind of woo.
It's kind of sliding, the comb is sliding down. That's why I have to keep adjusting it. It's
I know, and if you get any higher, it's going to look like the old-fashioned beehive. Just saying.
Yeah, well, I am famous, as a lot of my friends know, I am famous for the infamous puff. I used to always have this high kind of puff. I don't know how to describe it, and that was kind of my signature beehive kind of hair look that I was going for in my 30s and 40s, and it's somewhat coming back a little bit, but but all things considered, bandwidth issues, trying to figure out all the little tech stuff that is going on and how we can get around that. For instance, when I was working on the Real Wellness Facebook group, which I'm going to put the link in after we get off this broadcast. We officially open on Monday, but we're opening it up today.
Free. 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 Free.
Yes, it is free, but more importantly, it is a place to feel safe and share your journey about wellness. What are your concerns? We have so many different things that are going to be happening with that group. Our official posts will start on Monday, but we already have in our units tab so just a wealth of information. So this weekend would be a great weekend to kind of start, kind of checking it out and see what we have in the units. And that's going to change from day to day. We're so excited to offer this Facebook group for free. And it really kind of brings to issue that we are an online digital kind of society now. We were beforehand, but even more so now. And I think back to when we bought our first computer, and I want to say it was shortly after Mommy passed away in '97, and the internet was just starting to come about. And no, Al Gore did not invent the internet. That was he used to tout that, but whatever. That's, long since gone. But think of back then to when you had your first computer to where we are now. So with computers, with modern technology, with, everybody knows I love Apple, Carroll-Sue's Samsung. As we continue to evolve with the digital age, so do the new, there's a lot of great features, obviously, but there also comes with it the downfall.
Yes, it does. I think you get, when you rely so much on the internet these days, as most of us do. I mean, obviously everyone pivoted from, which has now almost been a year of this crazy thing going on with our world, with our country. And I don't know. And then the whole 5G mystery, 5G and, all the bugs and is it good? Is it not? And I think so many people using the bandwidths, being at home, working from home. There are many companies that kind of like it. They're going to obviously save on cost if they have a brick and mortar. So I think that's part of it. But because we received the emergency broadcast alert or whatever that was, I think it's intensified. And I think it's a wake-up call to be mindful of your surroundings and be prepared. And that's as cryptic as I can get.
Well, as with anything, we should always be prepared. For instance, if you're living in Florida, as you well know, you have to have your emergency kit. And, for instance, when hurricane season starts, you go through it, make sure you have whatever necessary information or products such as batteries, all that kind of stuff. Here in the Northeast, of course, going into the winter seasons, do you have enough oil in your tank? Do you have enough propane in your tank? And actually our house runs on oil and propane. So those are the type, things that you have to prepare for. Obviously, when the China virus came out, the big run was on toilet paper.
It's back. It's back. The run on toilet paper, paper towels, water is back. Now, why is that? From what I'm understanding from all the groups that I'm a part of, and just chatting with different intel that I'm excited to be able to get that information. They're really asking people to, And I think this goes even on a regular day basis, just go out and make sure you got supplies and just be prepared. We are in a very weird time.
I think it's a very tumultuous, unknown time.
And it's putting people on edge. It's putting people on edge, rightfully so. We felt it. Our viewers have felt it. Our listeners have felt it. Family and friends have felt it. And I think it's kind of part of a journey that we're all sharing of the unknown, but in biblical proportions, because it's affecting not just, say, your own community. It's not just affecting your own, space. It's global. It is a global biblical shifting of the universe, of spirit, of the way we live. And we will always let our viewers, our friends, and our families know that we are going to do our best. I want to make sure that we get this out before I do forget, that if for some reason things go south in the sense of we go to the emergency broadcasting, we will do our best to keep people abreast of what is going on and how we're doing. And because when you enter a phase where probably kind of reminds me of Star Trek, where no man has ever gone before, you want to make sure that you're locking arms with people that you can go to try to get information, lock arms, share your stress, your anxiety, because I think probably out of this entire year, part of the community of our citizens that was not talked upon. I mean, we talked about those that were in jeopardy, that those were the at-risk people. Overweight is number one. So if you are overweight, you are in high risk for the virus. You are in that obese category. Elderly, people that have autoimmune issues, asthma, whatever. But the one segment of our community that people rarely talk about are those that suffer from depression, anxiety, and in recovery. Those individuals, and I'm not, like we talk about, we're not talking about seasonal depression. Everybody has that, especially in the Northeast during the winter months. What we're talking about is people that actually physically suffer. They're on medication. They may seek counseling. Maybe they're in counseling groups. If they're in recovery, that physical contact is more paramount and more detrimental if they can't have it. So while we're going through this time again, make sure if you know somebody that suffers from depression, if you know somebody that has high anxiety issues on the norm, this kind of wave of what is going on is going to intensify, and it's going to be more on point, to the point where could be very serious for many people. So you want to make sure that you're always reaching out, checking in with people. Now, what happens? What happens if communications are down? You want to make sure that your batteries are charged up, because we don't even know. I mean, in all honesty, when you get to that point, and I don't think the generations of now have ever dealt with that, will our cell phones even work? How will we be able to communicate? That's a good question, Jan. How would we? I mean, if everything is down, other than, emergency broadcasting system, though, I thought it does go to your phone as well. I'm not 100% on that. I know it goes on the TV.
Right. Because, it does definitely go on the TV. I'm not sure about the cell phones, although I would have to imagine in this digital age that it perhaps does, but don't quote me on that. I am not certain. That is a great question. And I think the more that we think about, how would you contact your loved ones? Our brother Frank, I call him Fran. Jesus Christ. I don't know why that, Fran, but whatever. Our brother lives in Stamford, which is probably, about 45 minutes from where I am in North Haven. How would I contact him if I needed him? Like, I don't know. Or, how would you contact anyone? Carrier pigeon?
Because you can't rely on the U.S. mail at this point, because they're going back to the Pony Express, it seems like.
Yeah, I mean, that is definitely slowed down as well. And, we do have some friends that work with the Postal Service, and they are feeling the tremendous weight of everything going on. The teachers that are home, not only, for instance, obviously teaching virtually, but, what about the parents? Obviously, we talked about this so much that what are they going to do with their children if the internet goes down, and with their jobs and trying to make money? How do you contact your employer? Like, I think there's so many unknowns. And
I do think, though, if we get to that point, I don't think it's going to be for a lengthy period of time.
no,
I think it's going to be something that maybe, I can't imagine that it would be more than 24 hours if there was some sort of thing going on. So I can't imagine that it would be that long, but I guess the point, what we're trying to make is take the initiative to be prepared, whether that's your groceries, whether that's charging up batteries, whether, and when I say charging up batteries, I'm not talking about, a battery to something. I'm talking about more like your cell phone. You can get the little backup, what do they call those things? Backup battery pack, right? Is that, yeah.
Right.
And just make sure that they're charged up. And I just can't imagine that it would be anything lengthy, but we don't know. We're really chartering on uncharted waters.
Right. It's almost like having a fire drill.
Yeah.
And I think we are in that phase of preparing for a fire drill. What we know, what we don't know, and there's so many unknowns. And we're not chatting about this to be fearful. I'm not. I will say that I'm not fearful, and usually I would be. Of course, there is always the fear of the unknown. That doesn't mean that anybody is not affected by it, but it's always good to prepare when you hear, when you see, when you witness things, to prepare, to make sure that you have enough water, make sure that you have enough food. It's just common sense anyways. So, right. So let's kind of shift gears a little bit. And what this probably goes along with the nothing to do with nothing.
I love it.
So I have been wanting, and I'll share this with everyone because I'm sure a lot of people are in my boat. With your electronic devices, for instance, on my desk, I have the laptop, which I'm on right now. I have my Mac computer, and I have my iPad and my iPhone. But have you ever taken a close look at your account? And we were finally able to get to AT&T last night because I knew that there was just stuff on there I don't need. Long story short, I was able to upgrade my cell phone. So I have the iPhone 12 Pro Max. Gary has my phone, but we traded in a phone, got rid of 6 lines. So I got a brand new phone, $350 off, and I'm saving a little over $200 a month.
Bam, bam. That's awesome.
So that's my nothing to do about nothing segment. So my tip on that is, be wary of certain things that you have on your different accounts and kind of check them frequently because, we're just in such a time where, okay, let me just pay this bill. And we don't think too much about it.
Right. That is very true. And there's also so many different things out there that you can do with electricity because they talk about the plugs and whatever. And I still haven't gotten it yet because, of course, United States Post Office is a little Pony Express going on there. It is something that you plug into your outlet. It can go into any other outlet, but somehow takes the current of your electricity and bypasses things. So you're not using as many volts or something. I know nothing about electricity in that regard. I don't even know how, when you think about it, how does even electricity work?
Oh my God, we're not going to even get into that subject. I'm trying to figure out on my Mac how to connect my Zoom account with Facebook. And we were trying to do it through there, and then all this weird stuff with the bandwidth started happening.
Yeah.
And as people can see, if you're viewing, it's still there.
It hasn't sunk yet, or is it this way? I don't even know which way I'm facing on the computer, but yeah, that's got to go sink. Gary's got to like.
The voyage to the bottom of nowheres.
Yes, the voyage of the bottom of the sea's got to go.
Yes, it's got to go. So what is what are you going to do for your birthday?
Well, I actually got quite a few messages about that. What are you doing for, what are you doing for you? What are you doing? I think I'm going to probably try to get in some pickleball. Some of the gals that I normally play with and our neighbor, they can't go today, but today is, we did the round robin yesterday. So we actually got to the courts at about 9:30 and we didn't get home till almost 2.
Wow.
So we played quite a bit, and it was the beginner round robin. Today's the intermediate. I did get some great tips, and I love the round robins because other people that either are professionals kind of run it, and then they give you tips. So it's kind of like you're getting your own little, tweaks from a coach. So I did get some good tips that I want to try. I want to work on my backhand. Today, I don't even know what the temperature is supposed to be out, but it is absolutely beautiful out, bright blue sky. So I'm definitely going to chill. Reams on the rocks for sure. I'm going to chill. Mikey's coming over, and then we're going to, he is a chef, but I want him to have a night off of cooking. So I think we'll figure out somewhere to go eat, but low key, not just going to kind of allow the blessings to come. I had an incredible dream last night. Mommy and Daddy were in the dream. Really filtrated my thoughts to direct me into some really good areas. And I'm always one to say, listen and be open to what is around you, because there are blessings out there. You have to kind of, sometimes you got to look for them. Sometimes you don't even realize they're a blessing until after the fact, and then you kind of connect the dots. So I did receive in a message during the dream, and I kind of followed where they were telling me to go. And I was excited because it actually put me back into that postured mode and actually validated that I'm on the right path. And it is so good. And I often say that, our loved ones appear to us in our dreams. And it was obviously very real, very surreal, but very calming. And I have to say that it just really changed my mindset, because as most everyone know, we're authentically us. We share when we're having a shitty day. We share when we're having a good day. We share and how we triumph over that. And today's Fantabulous Friday. It happens to be my birthday. So I look at that. Yes, it's just a normal day, but I go back to the blessings of, when, two people come together, they're in love, and they create a child with the blessings of the Lord. And that's kind of my mindset, how it went back to. So I made sure to, in my dreams, and verbally say to Mommy and Daddy, thank you so much. And I know that they're always guiding myself, but all of us in our journey, and they're watching over us. And I often try to imagine, now that they're both not here, what would Mommy and Daddy do in this situation? And I find that I smile, I crack up, because I see the blessings and the quirks that they would have if they were in the situation. The two of them would be bickering, kind of like what's been going on here lately, because it's stressful. We're in a stressful time. I mean, how many of you are kind of clashing with your spouse over, what's going on in the world? And it's not that you're clashing at each other. It's more to each other because of the unknown, of the kind of craziness that we're in right now. So I try to imagine where they would be on this day. I go back to our childhood, to that bakery, which I don't know if we even remember the bakery with the cakes. And, it was such a simple gesture. A birthday cake is a simple gesture. But back then, it was way back then, because today I'm officially 63 years old, that, cakes and that kind of stuff did not come lightly in our home. And I'm sure it didn't in anyone else's home. Like when your parents, in the 50s, especially, I'll use the 50s as a reference, 50s and 60s. Back then, you didn't go out to, like, if you went to McDonald's, that was a treat. You didn't go out. We didn't have the luxuries of so many restaurants to go to, nor most families had only one vehicle. So you didn't have those same kind of luxuries. So I remember that our parents really did an amazing job of making sure that whosever birthday it was, that it was so special. They would go to this particular bakery, and you'd only get the cake on your birthday. It wasn't something like, okay, a holiday came up, or, oh, let's just go get a cake like you can do now. It was a specific bakery, specific cake. We would go there for bread and other things, but we would never get a cake unless it was somebody's birthday. And the enjoyment, and Mommy would always, it was a formal event at our home. We had a formal meal in the dining room with the entire family. We would leave from dinner, and we would go right to the living room, and you had that special chair that we would sit in, and all of our siblings would sit on the floor, and we would open up our gifts. So all your siblings, all of you would sit and watch whoever the birthday person was to open up their gifts, and then we would go back in the dining room for the presentation of the cake. Sounds so simple, but what I think the blessing of this entire year has been to go back to the simple things. And I don't mean going back to another time, another digital age time, just going back to the simple things of life, of enjoying each other, whether it's a board game, whether it's having a conversation, whether it's, maybe reading an article or a book and kind of debating it or chatting about that. And I think the blessing of 2020 was, and is now carrying over into 2021, is remember the fundamentals of being a human being. Just having the present is not the box in the prize or the present that's in it. The present is actually the presence. The present is the presence and being present in your life with those that you love. And I think that's what carries me on. And so I'm just kind of open to the blessings of however they come today.
That is amazing and so well said. And, I would like to belt out and sing happy birthday, but, I don't want to quit my day job. So I'll just kind of leave it out.
You took that awesome picture with your background, and I actually posted it because it was
right. I saw that. That was when we were on my Mac computer when we were trying to figure out the glitches of that, and I had a nice backdrop with candles on it, and we were pretending we were blowing out the candles. And that was fun. So, Fantabulous Friday, joining the Real. The Real is, oh my God, we're really so very excited about it. And we hope that you, our listeners, hope that you join us. We would love to have you in there. There's going to be just so much amazing stuff. And we're really, really, obviously very excited to share that with you. So on that note, we thank you as always for being with us, for sharing your joys, your concerns, what interests you. We are here for you. And we always say we always appreciate opposing viewpoints, and we always say keep it respectful, and everybody has been that has reached out to us that has had a different form of opinion. That's okay. So on that note, my name is Janice, aka Wellness Diva, and I am here with the birthday girl with TwoSistas,
and this is Carroll-Sue, aka Naughty Boss, live from Vero Beach. Whatever you do today, make sure that you are jumping all in and paying it forward. Just embrace the simple things that are the blessings all around us. And when you do that, you find like, I can do this. I can do this together. Thank you so much to so many viewers and Facebook friends that have messaged me with their thoughts and kind words for my special day. And I know I share it with a very special person that I admire and still enjoy listening to, and that is Elvis Presley. I got to figure out how old he would be today, but I share that same birthday. And also I share the birthday with one of my high school buddies, Michael Bartolotta. So happy birthday, Michael. You guys have a great day, and we will see you on Monday for Mindset, if the bandwidths are with us. Take care, guys.
Bye, everyone. Have a great day.